Braggadocio.
Yo, we back in the building. It's Braggadocio Podcast. It's your boy Boomy Trill Figure back in the building with the villains. And I got a special guest today, man. We about to flip some bricks on the south side. I mean, not the south side, really the north side, but he came to the south side for the podcast, you know what I'm saying? So congratulate him on that. We got to go to the north side, flip some bricks, move some houses, goddamn talk about some dogs, do all type of things, you know what I'm saying? So y'all come along for this adventure, man. I got my boy. What you gonna be called today?
Hey, EJ the man, man.
EJ the man?
EJ the
Get to
man.
me one more time.
EJ the man.
We got EJ Man on the show, man. Let's get into it, you feel me? So, man, what's the deal, man? What's going on today?
Shit, ain't nothing, chilling. Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow my Instagram, man. HoustonTexas.EJ the man. HTX.EJ the man. Follow me.
Hey, boy, I ain't wasting no time. Now, get my little subscription on. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and knock it out. So, yeah, so Instagram, you got a YouTube page, right?
Yeah, my YouTube page, man, I'm just trying to start that up right now, man. You can follow me on there. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. I'm still working on it.
Y'all follow my boy YouTube. You know where his face is. You see him, man. He gonna drop a lot of knowledge today. A lot of knowledge.
Yeah, the YouTube page. That's EJ the man too, as well. Type in EJ the man.
Okay, let's
up on there.
Let's get into it then, man. EJ the man. Man, tell us about who you are. You know where you from.
So yeah, my name, like I said, EJ the man. Born and raised from Houston, Texas, Northside Ace home. Shit, man.
What's that? Northside Acre Home? Boy, you from a Tetris neighborhood. Hold up, man.
Hey, and for real. That's where it's at out there. So, like I said, man, born and raised out there, 26 years old now. Still living out there right now, man. In the military, of course.
Okay.
Exactly why I made this nigga right here, man.
Well, okay, man. You gonna give all the sauce out. Yeah, man. We serving the country out here, worldwide.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Been doing that for a little bit over 8 years now. Did the Airbnb thing, the credit thing, business thing. Right now, trying to, get in that real estate business and that trucking business too as well. So,
Oh, okay. Okay, you multifaceted, diverse around here.
Yeah.
So, man, what you want to talk about the first? The Airbnbs?
Man, yeah, we can get into the Airbnbs, man.
Okay, man. Let's do this from your experience, because I know you did the Airbnb thing. Then you I don't know if you let it go all the way, but just give us what you got now. What you doing with them?
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell you, Airbnb, man, that's one of the best business to get into, especially if it's like one of your first businesses, one of your first things started. You know what I mean? It's really not that hard to start. So, way I started was I was in Deerbrook Mall one day, walking around just bullshitting, and I ran into one of my partners, dude named Joseph Nendozi. Shout out to him, man. He doing this thing in real estate right now. But I met him in Deerbrook Mall. I was upstairs, he was downstairs, and I seen him from afar. And I seen it, that nigga, he playing that, got a jury on and shit. I'm like, man, my nigga, like, he making money. So I went down there, when I go talk to him, whatever. And so, so we sitting there chilling, and he, that's when he pretty much put me up on the Airbnb game and told me, man, like, saying you should go ahead, get into it, man. It's the way to go right now. He told me he was making, a couple racks a month doing it.
What year this was when he said it was this is the move?
So shit, COVID started in 2020, so that was like that was in 2020. Yeah, 2020, yeah.
Yeah, 2020. Okay.
Yeah, like beginning 2020, maybe been like sometime in February.
Okay, a lot of people made money in 2020, so you know what I mean? I be kind of leery of that, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of what you call them gurus going around saying they doing this and doing that the other, but this your experience. Tell me what's going on. How you you say you seen him shining a little bit, so you went and talked to your mans, and he hit you with the plan. So how you executed that?
So basically, man, that same day I went home to my apartment, and at the time I was staying 1-bedroom apartment on the 3rd floor. Had a bed, couch, 2 TVs in there, couple dishes. I ain't have much, whatever. So after he gave me the game of what I was all gonna need and what I was all gonna need to have, and money, whatever that you gonna need to start it. I was like, man, I basically got my own spot right here. Like, I really walked in my door, closed the door, stood in my front door, and just looked at my apartment. I was like, man, I can start this shit really right here, right now. And really, it ain't no loss, because if I don't if I don't get nobody to stay in it, well, shit, I live here and I got the money to pay for it, so it really ain't no loss. So I was like, man, fuck it. I that same day, I went on Airbnb, downloaded the app, started my account and shit, and then once I did that, took a couple pictures, cleaned up real fast, took a couple pictures, whatever, moved some stuff around, and then after that, man, I set my phone down, and I say probably about an hour later, after I got out the shower, laid down in the bed, finna go to sleep, booking popped up on my phone, and I'm like, damn, okay, somebody booked my shit already, so they booked my shit for like 2 days later, so I was like, I bet a couple days I'm gonna move my shit out, but then within another 5 minutes, another lady had booked it, and she booked that bitch for like a couple weeks, I think. So I was like, oh shit. So that same night, I picked up everything I had, my clothes, my shoes, and everything, and just moved out. Told my sister to come bring her truck, and I moved to my parents' house, and told my parents I was like, I'm gonna be here just for a couple of days, whatever, here and there, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, so you ain't telling what's going on. You just like, I'm gonna be here a couple of days.
Well, nah, it's the thing. I told them about the Airbnb business, and they was like, cool. And I told them I'm gonna be, in and out, because I'm thinking the shit ain't really just gonna blow like that. I'm gonna be, in and out my apartment, blah, 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 blah. But nah, that shit, nigga, I moved out, never moved back in. That bit, ever since then, that shit was jumping. Was jumping, yeah. And then after that, after a while, I had a lady. She stayed in my shit for like 9 months, so I like never went back after that.
Oh man, that's crazy. So man, how did you feel about how do you feel about going into taking that leap of faith and just like you had somebody for a week, you had somebody for 2 weeks, then you had somebody say to stay there for 9 months. Was you surprised, or you was like, oh, this is real now?
Man, I was surprised. Man, and I'm gonna tell you, it's scary sometimes taking that leap of faith, especially when you by yourself, man.
Oh no, for sure.
You ain't got no business partner. It's just you. It's scary, man. Let me I'm gonna tell you a story, man. I was at church one day, man, and my pastor, he was talking about this story, and he was saying how he was basically saying how Jesus came from the heaven and came down to the earth, and he was like, when he was in heaven, he was, Jesus, God is Jesus.
Right.
So when he was in heaven, he was big, mighty. He had all this power, but when he came to earth, he had to shrink himself down and give up all his power and give up all that God power and form himself into a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In order to carry out the mission that he needed to carry out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I was thinking about. That made me think about that a while back. My when I went to church or whatever, that made me think about exactly what I had done. I had to basically what he was saying was, he was like, you're gonna have to sacrifice something. Like, if you really want something, you're gonna have to sacrifice something, whether it be time, whether it be space or whatever. And it's crazy because he said the same thing that I did. He was like, you might have to give up that brand new car you just bought. You might have to give up that apartment and move back in with your mama. You might have to give up all your time. And it's crazy because in my head I was like, man, I did that same thing. I had to give up my whole apartment. You know what I mean?
You had to give up your comfort. You know what I'm saying?
It was like I had to take a step back in order to take a step forward. So that's what I did. And I was like, man, I did the same thing. Jesus Christ did. You know what I mean? I had to take a step back in order to take a step forward. And after I took that leap of faith, man, which was a hard thing, and I'll never forget because what's name had hit me up. I forgot her name, but she was in our unit because I had posted on Instagram, and she was like, "Man, go ahead and do it. Take the leap of faith, whatever it is. Step out on faith." And then shit, that's what I did. And
you talking about Yuli?
Nah, it wasn't Yuli, bro. She in the other unit, bro. She still that tall, dark skin.
The real. Yeah, I'm about to say, she be on that shit too. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so the real hit me up and I had did it. And then like the scary part about it is like that's my apartment. Like everything I own is in it. Everything I done bought, I didn't work for it, it's all in there. So
nah, for real, you leaving your comfort zone.
Yeah, so whole time I'm thinking like, man, if somebody, like, what if they steal my shit, steal my TVs, break my shit, like I lose everything. But at that time I was like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then another thing is like, the scary part about it is like, man, I'm like, man, if I lose everything, like what the fuck I'm gonna do? But Man, I went ahead and did take that leap of faith, man, and shit, that's what it was. So,
Nah, man, let's congratulate you right now on taking that leap of faith, doing what you gotta do. Cause people don't really look at it and think about it, but this, it's all material things like all this shit. It could get kidnapped, stolen, whatever. Could burn up, get destroyed. You can always buy it back. You know what I'm saying? But people don't never think about that concept. You know what I'm saying? As human beings, we hold on to material shit like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something like it's real, but it's like something that we just can't live without. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. But you did what you had to do. You made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So shit, let's go into that. You went through the 9 months. You took the leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you told me that you started increasing. You went from one and then you went to got a couple. You know what I'm saying? Let's go on into that.
Yeah. So the second spot, right? So I'm gonna go and say this. The second spot was actually it was my mama's spot, right?
Your mama house?
It was my mama's spot.
You gonna lease out your mama house?
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you though. So this is when I start to learn that there's multiple ways to get an Airbnb.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give y'all the game right now, just in case y'all don't know.
Y'all pay attention. Free game right here. Free game.
So I'm gonna be real with you. You got the legal way. You got the illegal way.
Oh, damn. It's an illegal way to do Airbnb?
It's an illegal way. Technically, yeah, it is illegal. You know what I mean? But most apartment complexes at the time really weren't tripping on it. You know what I mean? Because it was still kind of, it really wasn't just as like big just yet. So, but what happened was basically my mom, she wanted out of her apartment because a bunch of shit going on. We ain't gonna get into it, but there's a bunch of stuff going on. So she wanted out. She didn't want to break her lease, and she knew I was doing Airbnb. So that's when she told me. And then, mind you, this spot was literally 5 minutes from my other ones. It was perfect. So she told me, she was like, I could basically take over. All I gotta do is pay the rent. You know what I mean? And then I just told her, can you leave at least your bed frame and the couch for me? So she left that. I ain't really had to put no money into it. Just bought some small things here. She left a TV for me and everything. So got that.
So you had a whole second setup already with no cost almost.
Yeah, and then and that's another thing that I had to learn too is that when you get in these spots, you might have to negotiate with these people on what I'm saying, what can they leave behind for you? Like, can they leave some TVs? Can they leave furniture? You know what I'm saying? Are you taking it furniture? Because the more stuff is already in there, the less you got to spend money on.
And that's smart. When most people move out of apartments, typically they throw out things like couches, beds, stuff like that. Stuff that's like it's not really nothing wrong with it, but it's still usable.
Yeah. So shit, that's what I did. I had like I said, I had the bed, I had the couch, I had a TV, whatever. She left one TV in the living room, the other one I had to go buy another TV. But shit, that was cool. I wasn't even tripping because I knew the money they was gonna put out. And me and my girl, that's when we spent really. So I eventually came up with a game plan, right? So the game plan was to, if I was gonna get an Airbnb, I need to have it up and running in 3 days, tops, max 3 days. So I gotta go out, I gotta go buy everything I need for it, bathroom stuff, kitchen stuff, living room stuff, whatever, decorations, go shopping, get everything back, built, set up, ready to go, and take the pictures and have them up and running in 3 days. So for 3 days, we was running around like crazy, trying to get everything set up and everything. So, but that's how we did it. We got it set up, took pictures, and just like that first Airbnb, as soon as I posted a picture, that thing started, you know what I'm saying? Like clockwork, started book up fast. So, you know what I'm saying? But that one right there, I would say was probably my hardest experience on that one, man, because it wasn't the best of apartments. So, man, it be times, man, I have my guests, they call me middle of the night. AC not working, the roof leaking. So you know what I mean?
In the second spot?
Second spot.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So sometimes, but like I said, but it was just a lesson learned. You know what I mean? Like you gotta know the spots that you choose and make sure that you choosing the right ones. Make sure you ain't choosing no bullshit. But I mean, as I was going through this whole thing, everything was a learning process for sure. Like I won't go just like I took some L's in it, but it was cool because I learned a lot from it. But but the money was good though, especially in that second spot. The money was good in that second spot because that one was more so like the first one was booked up by that one lady for like a year. I think, yeah, it was like a year, maybe maybe a little bit longer than a year. So I ain't really have to do none of that one. But the second one, that's when I had to do majority of the work because it was all like I was going every other day to clean the spot out. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, because it was more frequent people going in and out.
Yeah, they was there 2-3 days at a time, 4 days at a time, going every day, cleaning it out, cleaning it out, cleaning it out.
Okay, so quick question, man. Did you have a way of vetting these people? Like, just knowing, like I'm saying, you had a way of knowing they doing like a background check on these people? Like, how did you evaluate who's gonna get in your Airbnb or not? Or did you decline some people?
Okay,
or or like first come first serve type stuff? What was going on?
Okay, so the way that I was doing it, right? The way that I was doing it, basically, I let Airbnb handle that part of it for me.
Okay.
But I made it to where you have to have a picture of your ID. You got to have an actual photo copy of your ID on Airbnb, and you gotta not have any no parties. First off,
That's everybody trying to start the parties, y'all.
Man,
but that's y'all hold up here. Y'all know that's why we getting the Airbnbs to get to throw the party.
Cause listen, but that's what's fucking up the game, man. Not too long, I mean, really, probably about a year ago, and this when I was really doing my thing in Airbnb heavy. And this when Airbnb kind of started like going out. This when it was a big ass party at a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they fucked the whole mansion up. They messed it up, man. And so it kind of like fell back on my Airbnb too, cause
because it was in the area.
Yeah, and like, but that's when like apartments started getting like real strict on you know what I mean, about who was in the apartments. And you know what I'm saying, every apartment I was going to when I was trying to find new ones, they was like, nope, no Airbnbs, no Airbnbs, no Airbnbs. They would catch you doing it, we kicking you out, no Airbnbs, no Airbnbs. That's when they was really getting hip to the shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was no parties in that one. They went for me no parties, but you got some people that'll still try you. The best way to do that, man, is to like get you like a Ring camera or some shit. You know what I mean? Have it on the outside so you can see who all coming in. You know what I'm saying? So it's to do it like that, but nah, that was bringing in money too.
No, so we had a past guest, in the beginning of this part, and she did Airbnb. Yeah. And I know she was explaining about like no parties, like every little thing you did wrong, they charge you for it. Like no parties, you got charged for it. You did a party, you was smoking cigarettes in there or whatever you was smoking. You got charged for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And did you go down similar like path? Like once it got to a certain extent, you like, okay, y'all want to keep playing, I'm just gonna charge it to y'all account. Yeah,
same thing I used to do, man. But at the same time, like that stuff be kind of hard to do to charge them extra because now it's like you gotta have proof. Airbnb wants you to have proof in order for you to charge them that extra money.
Okay, it's probably a lot of people fighting back on that.
Yeah, and it's like, how you gonna get proof of them smoking if you're not there and you ain't got cameras in your spot? Yeah. What you gonna do, a smell test? You know what I'm saying?
But okay, that's another good question, right? Because I see Airbnbs with cameras on the outside. Mm-hmm. Is it something against the law to have cameras on the inside?
You can have cameras on the inside, man, but it's like okay, if you a guest and you choosing between two spots, one that got cameras on the inside and one that don't, you're gonna choose the one that don't because you want more privacy,
right?
You know what I mean? So it's like when you in competition with all these other Airbnbs that surround you, you can't, you know what I'm saying, you can't be doing, I'm gonna say, what they not doing. So you don't want to have cameras in your shit because you want them people to be able to have their privacy, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, would you want to walk into an Airbnb and there's a big ass camera just staring at you? You don't know who behind it or what they doing, that type shit.
Man, I ain't gonna even lie. A while back, we got an Airbnb and they had a camera on the inside, and I believe it was one on the outside. You know what I mean? I think it was like one on the backside and the outside. Like perimeters. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it was like dining room area, and then the backyard and the front yard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what they didn't have none was the bedrooms and like the bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? People get freaky, so we ain't want no. You don't want no freaky shit going on. But I'm cool with that because I guess to me in my mind those areas make sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the dining room, I don't feel like you should be doing nothing crazy. But I guess things could happen, or at the end of the day, people still want to have parties, so the party gonna happen regardless. So maybe that's what it is. But I guess you're right on the privacy thing because I'm in my head thinking about like protection because like it's a lot of instances where these Airbnbs come up and people then got hurt. Situation that happened, and people don't got proof in the inside of what happened, this and that, the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the police go to Airbnbs more often than they go to like regular houses at this point. And then you see the incident that happened on Twitter. This was a while ago. It was some kids. I think there was kids. Maybe it could have been like adults, but I think there was kids. And they threw a party in the Airbnb that they said no parties. I guess you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. They end up getting into it with the dude because I guess I don't know if it was the real owner or he sent the backup, but he sent whoever to go be like, "Hey, y'all got to get out." The Airbnb, and they slapped the shit out of him.
I seen
the little Asian man. Yeah, I said that was crazy.
Yeah,
and I was like, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, if he would have turned around and just like, did something to y'all, I believe he might have been in the right because if he's contacted by the owner to show up there, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna be right. I'm not saying what should happen, what happened, but in that instant, I feel like his life was in danger because anytime you get hit, your life in danger. So if the other day he did something to them people. Then it would have made everything look bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was crazy. I did see that, and that was crazy for them people to do that, man. Like, and they be the kids, like, and that's another thing too. Mine was age restricted.
Oh, okay. I got age restricted on Airbnb.
Yeah, I wasn't finna deal with no kids. I was like, hell nah, I ain't finna deal with these kids coming running out of here breaking stuff, messing stuff. But nah, man, you gotta have age restriction was one key thing that I had to have.
So what's a good start off age for the age restriction?
Mine, I think I started mine at 20. I think it was 20 was like the youngest.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, I mean, people need privacy.
Yeah, because them kids, man, they're messing stuff up, man. And I seen this one that was on the news a while back. Man, they trashed the whole thing. And they ain't just do that, man. They broke the TVs on purpose, like beat the TVs in, pulled everything off the wall. I mean, just tore the whole place apart. Like I was like, damn, like that's crazy, man. Like that's
crazy. I don't know why that one don't even make sense. Yeah, but you never got into the traveling nurse pocket because I know a lot of people were telling me back in the day they got Airbnbs, but they got them. They got a lot of them with traveling nurses and doctors and stuff. That I don't know, because you got to be close to a hospital or something. But I heard that was some good income too. You ran into a couple of them.
I did for sure. So man, that right there was like the bread and butter. Like once you get a traveling nurse in your spot, you good because they're gonna be there 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. So that was actually in my first spot I was telling you about earlier. Mm-hmm. That lady who was in it for like 9 months to like a year.
Oh, she was actually working.
Yeah, and she stayed there for her first contract with me was like, I think it was like for like 5 or 6 months, and then she hit me up and she was like, "Can I do another contract for another 6 or 7 months?" I was like, for sure. Hell yeah, for sure. But at that time when she did it, the price had went up too. So the second contract
for Airbnb or you?
For me, I probably my price.
Oh man!
So
why you just started like that, man?
Because I thought that she was finna be out. Like she literally called me like the day before.
Okay, she was trying to catch and lock that price in.
Yeah, so and I already had raised the price up.
So was she cool with the price raise?
Yeah, she was cool with it. She paid it, so I was making even more money the next 6 months, and then so imagine.
Now you did like an apartment, boy. You a cold brother, boy. Yeah, you a cold brother. It's a new year. Yeah. I need that $100 extra. Oh shit!
I'm telling you, man, she was gravy. Like imagine, like you wake up in the morning, you got $500, $900, $1,000, $1,200 hit your account, $3,000 hit your account.
I don't know, made you reconsider your job, huh? Like I just top of it quit.
Yeah, man. Like you ain't gotta do nothing. You just sit back and money just hitting your account, easy, man. Easy. So yeah, but that wasn't the only thing. So when I got my third spot, that's when I was like, okay, I want to be able to get more nurses and stuff and people who can actually do long term to actually stay in my Airbnb. So that's when I wound up getting that third spot. Was actually that was the fourth one. The fourth one was actually that one was in the medical center. So I'm like, that was in the medical center. And then so I'm in the medical center, but I'm also close to the NRG.
Right.
This was right before the rodeo was supposed to happen. But I think they wound up canceling. Did they cancel that? Was the 2021 they canceled it?
Oh, you talking about the COVID joint?
Yeah, because the COVID they had canceled. I know they canceled in 2020. I think 2021 it was canceled too.
Yeah, they canceled 21 because I think 22. No, we in 23. Yeah, 22.
22 was up and running. Yeah.
Yeah, because they canceled it because I remember Travis Scott thing still went on.
Yeah.
Because when they canceled the rodeo, they didn't cancel Travis Scott thing.
Yeah.
The Astroworld thing. So, yeah, I think that's what was going on.
Yeah, so that fourth one I had, that's when I started really getting even more travel nurses coming in, people who were staying long term in that one.
So you was happy getting them doctors. You're like, oh, yeah, this different.
Hell
It's
yeah,
different,
because number one, they going to respect your spot.
Mm-hmm.
They going to keep it clean. They grown, you know what I'm saying? And they going to be there for a long time. And then another thing that I noticed with them is that they like really big on cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't like germs and none of that. So they gonna keep the spot clean.
But, during that time, it was COVID. So,
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if people was trying to be dirty or nothing, but they that's a real clean time in the world. So
For real.
they better be clean. Like,
Well, yeah, that's bad.
I mean, even now, people should be clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even more now. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure,
After what happened, so
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, so now my third spot I got.
So how many spots you got it to? Let's get to like the overall number. How many spots you got it to?
I got up to. I got up to four or five. It was four. I said it was four.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got the 4 nothing. I done had 4 different apartments by then. You know what I mean? I ain't got the 4 spots, but now that's good that you had the experience. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these all apartments.
All apartments.
Oh, okay. So you about to go into your third spot?
Mm-hmm. Going into my third spot. Yeah, this is going to my third spot. It's in 2020. We was like mid 2020. What was mid 2020?
Had to be you start from 21, 22, 23. You going 3 years strong.
Nah, I was from 2020 all the way to 2022.
Yeah, 2 years strong. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was this had to be like at the end of 21. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so this is at the end of 21 when I got this one. Like it was like mid July.
Right.
Right. So at this point I ran into my girlfriend now. Now we've been dating almost 2 years now.
All right, for sure. Congratulations.
For sure.
Hold it down, you know what I'm saying?
So I ran into her. She going through a situation, wanted out of her spot. She was in Memorial over there.
Oh, so you was like the fairy spot saver.
Yeah, bro.
You got a problem?
Yeah.
Don't worry. You don't want that lease no more? I got you.
I got you. Like and that was the thing for me. It was always if I do something for you if you do something for me. You don't want to pay it. You don't want to live there. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay it as long as I can do what I want in it.
No. That makes sense though. That's a good marketing tactic. You know what I'm saying? Because you helping people that really need the need. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you going around like say, I know you don't want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's like once I started doing it, bro. Like people start coming out the woodwork asking me, "Hey man, can you teach me? Can you show me? Hey, can you do my apartment? Like, do you want my apartment? Do you want this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people start coming from everywhere.
Yeah. And during that time, people was broke too. You know what I mean? We was going through hard times.
Yeah.
So they was over there like, "Hey, you balling? Hey, come on."
Yeah, and that's another thing that I learned too about business is that once you finally get out there, people gonna come. People who want to help, people who need your help, they gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're gonna come to you.
Yeah, it's gonna come to you for sure. So, and that's one thing that happened to me. So after I got that third one, that one was really booming, bro. And that's when I had that 2-bedroom, and that's when I realized like I gotta get on a whole nother level with this shit because that 2-bedroom made more money than any ones of my other ones ever did.
Oh, so the ones you had was on these singles?
Yeah, singles.
Really? Oh, okay.
I'm still making $3K off that.
Oh, that's good though. Even though there was ones.
Mm-hmm. So
wasn't a? I guess it's not a. You didn't have a specified square feet. You just getting them.
I was just getting them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they were big enough and it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because I started thinking like, okay, these hotel rooms, they ain't just super big.
Nah, it's
you know
small.
Yeah,
hotel rooms ain't nothing, but everybody been in a hotel room.
Yeah, so and I'm like, man, my apartment got way more than a hotel room. Dude.
No, for sure.
And they way bigger than a hotel room.
Even like you go to what's this shit called Zaza down the way downtown or whatever. They biggest room kind of like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's like they charge like $2,000 for like a day. You know what I'm saying? Like nah.
So I'm like, man, I should be able to charge a good amount. You know what I'm saying? So, but really, I was charging about $100 a day. Sometimes like $120, $130 a day. But in my 2-bedroom, I was charging more. I was charging like 150, 160 a day. And then I was charging by the guests too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How many
people
guests
charge
came
by the
in?
Guests. So now when I was able to fit 6 guests because it was 2 in the main room, 2 in the other room, and then it was 2 in the living room. You know what I'm saying? So get you like a little blow-up bed, or you could sleep on the couch, 2 extra people. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Little
for
more
sure,
extra
for sure.
money. So then I was charging a cleaning fee, and my cleaning fee was $100. So at that time, by that time, I already had a person who was going by my Airbnbs and was cleaning all my Airbnbs for like $90, $50.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Boom, easy money. And this is all before.
You could lucky got your crackhead do that.
For sure.
For even less.
So, and this is all before I had my LLC. So I kind of.
Oh, so you didn't even start with LLC first?
I ain't started LLC first. Like,
but now you did it the right way though.
Yeah.
I just learned. I ain't mean to cut you off, but I learned that man, any business you trying to do, get out there and do it first, then start the LLC. Don't start the LLC and you barely making it, or not even making nothing at all.
Yeah,
because then you got to pay them taxes. You got to pay taxes.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm gonna tell you, like, if you got a business idea, jump out there immediately and do the shit. Because what a lot of people do, they'll get a business idea and they'll sit on it and sit on it and sit on it, and they'll be like, oh, I gotta study, I gotta learn it first, I gotta do this first, I gotta learn it first, and then before you know it, 5-6 months go by and you ain't did nothing
at all.
So sometimes you just gotta just have faith and just jump out there.
You gotta be like Nike, just do it.
Yeah, just start it. You know what I mean? And so that's what I did. I just jumped out there and just started it.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
But let's take this quick commercial break because I'm not getting paid for it.
What's up? This is your boy 5'2" from the Crack in the 80s podcast, and you're now listening to Braggadocious with Boomy Trail Figure. Cheer! Crack!
What's up? It's your boy Nino. I just dropped my single Bloodline, and now you're listening to Braggadocious Podcast. Braggadocious.
Yo, we back in the building. You know what I'm saying? But nah, for sure, boy, you doing it off the muscle for sure. And like I was saying, that you got to get the LLC. I mean, you don't got to get the LLC, but do the business first. Do it first, then get the LLC, because then you'll save yourself some headache, and then the business will be going. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody know. Even if you got to do the cheapest thing, business ass, do that. But just once you get off the ground and it's really rolling, get the LLC to protect yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, back into that third Airbnb, man. So once I got that one right, first month I made $6,000 off of it. First month.
Damn, first month $6,000.
$6,000 off of it. Second month, so the first month, so me and my girl,
I might have should have called you for this one. Shit, you could have had this studio space.
Me and my girl, we actually came up with a.
You want to come back to the game? I revoke this shit now.
I'm gonna come back to it for sure. It ain't over. I'm gonna come back to it, man. But this time, when I come back, I'm gonna come back hard. You know
Okay.
But me and my girl, we had a plan. The first month,
you done upgraded and got a partner in this. Hold up.
yeah, well, the first month profit was gonna be hers.
Okay.
So I was taking over. The first month profit was gonna be hers. So, most of the profit went to her. Some of it did go to me, but most of the profit went to her.
Okay, no, that's real. I respect that.
Mm-hmm. And then, so after that, everything else was mine. You know what I'm saying? But that's when, after that, it got even better. Mm-hmm. Because Airbnb hit me up, and I'm pretty sure they hit up a lot of people. But you remember back in the
you
time,
talking about the Airbnb hit you up, and they was actually paying you, like Airbnb was paying you, not the tenants.
Yeah.
You
So
talking about that?
And that shit was green. That's when all the Middle Eastern folks came from Middle Eastern on that plane, and I guess they wanted to, Airbnb wanted to help them out and give them a place to stay. So Airbnb hit me up and was like, my place is the right fit. It's a 2-bedroom. It's the right fit, and they were saying I could charge whatever I wanted to charge, and they gonna pay it, and it doesn't even matter.
I would have went crazy.
Come or don't come.
So, I would have went crazy. I would have been 3,000 a day. They be like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
They would send me to the decline letter quick. So we revoke. We don't even worry about it.
Yeah, man. So that's what I did. I was like, in my head, I was like, man, these people ain't they ain't gonna really pay me what I'm asking. But let me see. So I must have put like 250, 300 a day just to see if they were gonna bite on it, and they bid on that motherfucker.
I would put 300. I would put 300, 350 a day. I wouldn't. I'm bad. They gave me that email. It must have been 400, 500.
Yeah, so
They would been mad at me. Hey, he got to go. Send him back.
so that month, and mind you, people never showed up.
For real?
They never showed up, but I still got paid.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
still got paid for that
Like
whole
somebody
month.
was there.
Yeah.
So I got another question. So what if you would have had somebody there?
What you
Oh
mean?
no, you couldn't have nobody there. No, because they held on to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
But what I did though, because I was using Airbnb and I was using it's another website like Airbnb.
I forgot like Vero or something.
Yeah,
It's like Vero or something. I know what you're talking about. It's talking with a V.
yeah. So I was using that and that.
Oh, okay. So you actually used another service. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when I was using that service, somebody did book. I had a few people book the spot through that. So I was still making money from Airbnb for that for a month and making money off them too.
So quick question. You think, man, I know my apartment is hip to Airbnb. You think they hip to the other websites like the V app and the other?
Yeah. For sure, man. When I was going around to these apartment complexes, a lot of them was telling me like they now have a person.
I know we got investigators over here.
Yeah.
They go like look online and see if you put your stuff up on there.
Yeah, like now, a lot of these people now have people who all they do is sit behind a computer and go on Airbnb.
They got cybersecurity specialists.
Yeah, and search and make sure ain't none of their places on there.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
But I get it though, because if you look at in this apartment system, like what's called Gray Star or Gray Star, not this Gray Star.
Gray
Star.
Star. Yeah.
They got a lot of properties in Texas.
Yeah.
And you'll think they kind of confined in one place, but they do some illusion stuff because like they be under one name and they be kind of under other names. Cause I done seen some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And Gray Star, that's actually one you got to watch out for. Anything with Gray Star, just stay away from it because they gon' find out.
But they the cheapest though.
Yeah,
they be lowballing.
Yeah, anything with Great Star, man, I always stayed away from them. But see, also, it's really based off who's downstairs in their front office because a lot of them folks really they don't care. The ones who working, they don't care. As long as you keep your spot nice, quiet, peaceful, you know what I mean. Tenants ain't messing everything up, you know what I mean. They don't hear about it, they not gonna trip. You know what I mean? Cause like every apartment complex that I was going to when I was trying to get new ones, like you know what I'm saying. That's pretty much what they was telling me. Like, and I always try to make sure that I went to one that had women in it, so I can kind of like flirt a little bit, talk. You know what I mean? Kind of like kind of like. Work
your salesmanship.
Yeah.
You're a true salesman. I can tell you that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm
they
saying?
probably think you out here spending game, but you a salesman. You out here trying to get it.
Or sometimes it's like I tell them, I put some money in your pocket every month. You know what I mean? As long as you keep it quiet.
Okay.
Between me and
you was making relationships.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the real friend of the hood, man. You worse than
Relationships in
Snowfall.
that front office.
Hey man, that's crazy.
So like most of them folks ain't care, especially in my fourth one. You know what I'm saying? All I did was keep that quiet, and really. My fourth one was probably the best one because they were going to give me multiple apartments. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. So,
but you had to keep it quiet.
Yeah. So now this is where having your LLC come into place, and where it's like this is where business was supposed to jump out. Mm-hmm. So me get my LLC in place and everything like that, and they were telling me, basically telling me, you know what I mean? Once I told them, because I told them, I was like, yeah, I got my LLC. You know what I mean? I'm legit business and who I'll be helping out. I told them that my clientele was like nurses that's coming into town. I take care of nurses and lawyers and doctors and stuff that come into town that need a place to stay. And so they was like, oh yeah, for sure. How many apartments do you need? They was like, we can give you up to like 5 or 6 at a time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
that's like every year?
No, but yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, they'll give me like a contract for like, you know what I mean, for like 5 or 6 apartments and they're one at a time. And I was like, damn. At the time, I was like, hold on, I gotta get more money so I'll be able to furnish all these places. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So at the time, I just started off with one. right there in the medical center. I started out with that one, man, the album right there.
So you would have started off with 5. They really would have fucked with you.
I mean, so they didn't care about Airbnbs. Everybody in the front office that I was talking to did not care if I turned that thing into Airbnb or not.
Oh, okay. They just cared about
it
being the same.
Yeah, the only people that cared was their actual office, like their actual.
Oh, the real office, the people.
Yeah, but they were based in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So for everybody in front, they was just like, man, you do what you want. You know what I mean? As long as you keep it quiet and on the low. All they wanted to do was to get the apartment filled up. That's all they wanted.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
they probably get that commission and stuff, whatever.
Yeah. So I just didn't have all the bread I needed to furnish all of them, man.
Right, right.
But shit, I'm gonna tell you one thing too, to do, because it's a couple different ways that you can furnish your apartment. You know what I mean? So you can go and spend $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, furnish your apartment, getting everything brand new and this and that, which is cool. But most people ain't got $6,000, $7,000 to just spend right off the bat.
Right.
So what I did was, my favorite place was Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
OfferUp.
I'll hold up.
Yeah, all the little scratch and dent spots, all the mom and pop spots. I actually found this one spot, man. This lady, and I probably shouldn't be saying nothing, but I'm gonna say it anyway. She gave me the hookup on everything, man. She got this spot that's in this mobile home, like all like lamps. I'm talking about tables, chairs, beds, everything you need, and it's all brand new. I don't know if somebody she know, this Hispanic lady hit a truck or whatever, but everything in it was brand new. But I could only come over there at nighttime to pick up the stuff that I needed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she was selling stuff on the low?
Selling shit on the low.
Oh, okay.
Everything was brand new. And I know it brand new because a lot of that shit still had tags on and it's still wrapped up, you know what I mean?
No scratch, no dents, no nothing.
Yeah, no nothing. Brand new, but she was selling everything for the low. So I was getting everything that I needed from her. But the only problem with that is that, you know, when it's time to get your LLC, you know, you got to have, when it's time to get your LLC and it's time to find your taxes, now you supposed to keep all your receipts. You know what I mean?
Everything you spent on.
Yeah, everything you spent. You know what I mean? So, you know, your taxes won't be just fucked up. But me, I didn't have all that. But one of the things that I jumped into and didn't know about, but I wasn't even tripping because I still just had to just kind of put some numbers together. Lady hit me out, you know, my tax lady hit me out, whatever. Whenever I did get my LLC and everything, and had everything rocking and rolling, and she helped me out and helped me set up an actual thing on Google to actually track everything, all my expenses and everything.
Oh, yeah, spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet, yeah.
Spreadsheet, to track everything like that. So, and she told me, you know, next time I come around, I got to make sure that I have my receipts and everything logged in, paperwork and everything like that. So, and that's when I started doing, once I did get my LLC, is actually going the right way and do it. But when you first starting off, it's okay to start off like that. You know what I mean? Hustling to getting whatever kind of stuff that you can get it from the low, get it used, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Just do what you got to do to start making a profit. And then when you
I'm pretty sure most time you refinancing the money back into the business anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, just keep on doing like that until you could actually build up and have enough money to actually do things the right way and be able to afford to pay taxes. And
do you have to use your credit at all?
Nah. When I first started off, I didn't use my credit at all. But when I did want to start using my credit, that's when I started really just having to sit down and learn about credit and tax and everything, and learn about net 30 accounts, net 60 accounts, net 90 accounts, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, building a business credit. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you had no business credit on.
None. Oh. And that's the thing. So when you first starting off that LLC, you know, you got to get that business credit before you can get any type of loans and anything like that. It's when I was learning, you know what I mean? Like, you really got to get that business credit up. And so that's when I was trying to get my business credit up, and I was trying to find a way to work without Airbnb. Because in my head I'm thinking, man, if Airbnb ever goes down or not working, whatever, I don't want my business to be just shut down completely. And so I started working outside of Airbnb, really getting connection with hospitals and getting connection with lawyers, so that way all they have to do is call me. I don't have to go through Airbnb, which means I don't have to share any money with Airbnb.
Oh, so you was doing outside of that. You like, hold up, I'm get outside of this.
Yeah, just call me. We'll set it up. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah.
That makes sense, though. Why do it through them when you can, get it straight to you?
Yeah, and I think this was in 2021. I took my first vacation ever.
What, to where?
Went to South Padre Island.
Nigga, did it in Texas?
Yeah, in Texas.
Oh, okay. I say, man, hold up.
So,
That's a compliment. That's a compliment. Now I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
I had to think about it real quick. I'm like, man, hold up. You ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, but man, for me, but it was everything. Like, cause me and my girl had went out there, and honestly though, we probably would have went further had we planned it. But it was really like a spare of the moment thing. It was just a weekend. We was free. She ain't had nothing to do. I ain't had nothing to do. And I called her and I was like, shit, babe, you want to go out of town or something? Like, we ain't got to do nothing big. We can go somewhere small, whatever. She like, yeah, shit, so came home that same day, booked the Airbnb out there in South Padre, man. Went out there for the weekend. And, man, this is when I realized how small I was doing it in the Airbnb game when I went out there, because
South Padre sent some new shit on.
Man, so this Airbnb that I went to, man, they were doing houses, and this is when I started really.
He went from apartments to houses.
Yeah.
My rich friends.
So
look at my rich friends.
So when I went out there, when I went out there and we got that Airbnb, man, I'm like, man, how these folks doing it? These folks had, it was like 12 or 14 houses in a community, right off like the little.
They bought a community.
Mm-hmm. It was like a little community of like 12 houses.
Airbnb or just random people bought a house?
No, it was a company that worked through Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
So they had 12 houses, 12, 14 houses in that community, and each one of them was an Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And they charged me like, I think I paid like $300 a day to stay. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, I'm sitting there charging $100 a day. These folks charging $300-$400 a day, and that weekend alone, I think I made it pay $800 just for 3 days. And I'm like, man, in order for me to make $800, I gotta charge. That's 8 days for me.
Right.
So, and that's when I realized, I was like, man, I gotta step my game up. So once I researched the company name, I forgot the company name, but this company, these people got Airbnbs worldwide. Like, they got Airbnbs on every islands. They got them on every fucking shore, all in Galveston, South Padre, North Padre, LA, Miami, New York. They in Africa. They got hundreds and hundreds of Airbnbs, bro, around the world.
You found the Airbnb conglomerate.
Yeah, and that's when I realized, I was like, man, I'm on a small level doing this. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to talk to somebody about, because some of the houses that they had down there, like, they'll like sell them, kind of, sort of, or they'll like lease them out and you can Airbnb. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to a lady down there, and she was like, yeah, whenever you ready, because I showed her my profile and what I do at Airbnb, and she was like, oh yeah, bet. You'll be a perfect person to start here if you want. She was like, whenever you're ready, you can always come back, lease here with us, and you can have your Airbnb here. And then on top of that, I'll never have to go down there and like clean up anything, because that whole community, the company has people who actually live down there, and they actually got a, I forgot what you call it, but basically they come and clean, they cut your grass for you, change the sheets for you, do all that for you. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is lease it out, manage it on Airbnb. So yeah, she was like, whenever you're ready, just come back down there and we can get you situated.
Oh man, it's crazy.
So, and then another thing too is that down there in South Padre, I think it's something like 88% of the properties down there are all rental units. You know what I mean? They all rental like Airbnb type shit where you can actually go down there, and people don't. A lot of people actually don't live on the island. Cause I was talking to a girl down there, and she actually lives down there. But she was like, all the rich people actually own property on the island, and these are all vacation homes. And she was like, all the poor people, we actually stay on the mainland, but we work on the island. You know what I mean? She was like 88% of all these properties are just vacation properties. All these people do is just rent them out for vacation.
That makes sense though.
Yeah,
it's an island, too. Like
yeah, and that shit right there was eye opening, man. I was like,
and that's our project, right?
That's our project.
Yeah, Galveston like that too.
Yeah,
Galveston like it's kind of weird, but based of like closer to the water, it's like not really the people.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So that's why I was like, man, I gotta go bigger. I gotta go bigger. And so, but she was like, the next place to hit up would probably be North Project, because that's still kind of in development. Still, like, it's not really too many properties out there. So once I do get started, that's why I plan on going back to North Project, and I'm going for houses this time.
Why you talking about houses? Good question. Houston been developing a lot and gentrifying a lot and changing stuff up. You ain't seen no opportunities around just the Houston area, north south side area, or west side, or what the houses in particular, because they built a lot of new properties, especially on the south side. Since I've been here mainly, it's a lot of new properties. I know they did the north side a while back, and they still building new houses out there too. You been looking at any of those? Anything close to downtown and stuff?
For sure, man. So when I was doing Airbnbs in Houston, man, I was doing what they call driving for dollars. Driving for dollars, in which you just drive around and look at different properties, search them up, and try to, you try to get those properties, acquire those properties, to do Airbnbs with it.
Right.
Drive for dollars. So I was doing that, and I was driving around to a lot of these new places, small places. The only thing that make it hard, and this is why it's a good thing to actually get your real estate license, right? Because the only thing that made it hard is that I don't get to talk straight to the landlord, and sometimes it can be hard. And I'm sorry, to the owner, and sometimes it can be hard to find the owner of the house
because they don't live in Texas.
Sometimes they don't live in Texas. They don't have any numbers, and sometimes, most of the times, they'll make it to where you can only get in touch with the real estate agent, or you can only get in touch with the property manager. So it's like I'm talking to the real estate agent, trying to get them to go, conversate with them and let me do Airbnb in a place. But like I said, with all that was happening with Airbnb and those kids,
messing up the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's kind of messing up the system. People hearing bad things about Airbnb, so a lot of these owners of their houses and shit just wasn't trying to do that. They was like, nah, I don't want that in my Airbnb. I don't want Airbnbs to happen in my property. Nah. So it can be kind of hard, man, when you trying to do it that way. A good way to do it is to actually buy your own crib. You know what I mean? But you got people nowadays, man, they buying like these little sheds. Are you saying that? Like they buying sheds, and they'll go buy like some land, and they'll buy like these big ass like barns. You know what I mean? That's like you can go to Home Depot and get you like a barn for like $800-900 or some shit, like $1,000, and they'll go buy some land like in the country area. They'll get like 6 or 7 of them. You know what I mean? And just like put a bed in a little fucking
man, hold on, let's stop here. They going to the country.
Yeah.
Pitch black, no lights. The Klan might be still out there. And you telling me they going to the barn? They getting the barn and gutting it out and turning it into a house?
Turn it into like a little smaller home.
In a shed?
Yep. That's how they doing it, man. And they just post them all on Airbnb. And then the good thing about it is, like, you ain't paying no type of rent. All you doing is paying, because think about it. Most of them, they already done paid off the
land been paid off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
the property paid off. All that stuff.
Yeah, the property, everything paid off. So all you doing is paying for lights, water, and gas. And then if you got a well that actually runs to the house, now you're not paying for water because you got a well. So now you're paying for lights and water. Everything else is just straight with cleaning fee. You got to pay if you got somebody coming to clean, then everything else is in your pocket.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? So yeah, people doing it that way. That's a good way to do it. I thought about doing that shit too.
That's crazy. Oh, that people buy like renting out properties, Airbnbs in the jungle.
they doing it, man. Yeah.
That got to be possible, right?
Oh yeah, man. If you go, matter of fact, it's this TV show on Netflix. I forgot what it was called, man.
Tiny Home Show? Not a Tiny Home Show.
No, it's not Tiny Home. It's these 3 people that actually go and visit some of the craziest Airbnb homes around the world. Like, imagine having that job where a TV show pay you to travel around the world and look at these crazy Airbnbs. And, like, some of these things, like, most of them be in the jungle or they be somewhere in the middle of the fucking ocean or some shit, or be Africa. They be just traveling to the craziest Airbnbs, whatever going on. A lot of them do be in the jungle, like some of them be in the jungle of Mexico, but I don't know about that. I don't know if I go to the jungle of Mexico. I'm good.
Oh no! After what's going on right now, y'all better y'all better stay y'all black hands from Mexico. Stay away.
Yeah, man.
Stay away. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going down there, but hey, it ain't worth it. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But shit, man, we talked enough about Airbnbs and stuff. I know you talking about credit, you know, and we talked about the LLCs. What's your involvement with this credit system and
yeah, man.
And what can you do for the people, man? So, no, you saving the hood right now. We need you to save the hood some more.
Save the hood. So credit is something, man, I'm still learning. It's still a learning process for me. But where I started from, man, I just I'm gonna take you back to high school, right? So I had
you had credit in high school?
Nah. But I'm gonna tell you what changed my mindset.
Okay, let's hear it.
So my accounting teacher, the dude named Mr. Hardy, I never forget. I was in the 10th grade. And I was in his class one day, and we was in the back of class, and he came up to me, and he asked me, you know, what I wanted to do in life, you know.
I always hit you with that question, what you want to do in life?
Yeah, you know, I told him, I say, man, I want to play football. And he was like, okay, well, what if football don't work out? And I was like, man, you know, oh, shit, I'm going to go to college and get a degree. He was like, in what? I was like, I don't know. And he was like, okay, what's 2 things that you really love? I told him, you know, I love football and I love money, right? And so, and that one, he was telling me, he was like, man, you can be an accountant for football players, or you can be an agent, whatever, for a football player, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was one thing that he told me that I never forgot. He asked me, he say, you got both parents in your life? I said, yeah, mom, dad, whatever. He said, what your mama do? I said, she's a nurse assistant. He said, what your dad do? I say, he work at Paradise Funeral Home. He said, okay, is your mom, what's the highest level of education she got? I was like, well, she went to a 2-year like community college, something like that. And he was like, what's your dad? He was like, what about your dad? I said, my dad dropped out in the 9th grade. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. And he was like, don't get mad when I say this. But he was like, your mom and dad, he was like, your dad would never be able to teach you anything past a 9th grade education. He was like, your mom would never be able to teach you anything outside of going to community college. She'll never be able to teach you anything about anything outside of being a nurse. Your dad never be able to teach you anything outside of working at Paradise Funeral Home. Right. It was like, it's going to be up to you to teach yourself everything that you possibly can. Because he was like, and then he was like, you know, how's their credit and shit and all that. And I was like, man, I don't know, but you know what I mean? But that's when I really started, from that age on, that's when I really just started shifting. Like, man, I got to learn everything on my own. Because, like, you know, my mom, my dad, and them credit ain't really just A1. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never really just bought houses and cars and did all this. So I was like, man, I gotta learn this shit on my own. Shit, the school ain't teaching it. And so from that point on, I started reading books, man, after books, Google, YouTube, everything, man. I just started doing it like that. And that's how I really started getting into credit. And then my first credit card, I blew that shit.
I think we all did that shit.
I blew that shit. It was like I think it was like for $1,000. I spent that $1,000, never paid that shit back.
And you had that much? I blew $500. I was like, can't get it back.
Never paid that shit back. And then my credit was like, after that, my shit dropped like a 450. You know, so when it dropped, my shit was bad for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I can't do nothing right now. I can't get a car. I can't do shit. Like every time I get an apartment, they saying, "Oh, you got to pay extra money in order to get an apartment. I got to pay $1,000, $2,000 to get an apartment." Like, man, I can't keep. You know what I mean? So after a while, man, I went down to that's when I went down to Barnes and Nobles and got a book because I kept calling these companies trying to see how much it's gonna cost to pay. These companies, they're gonna charge $500, $600, $900, $800.
They're gonna charge everything with interest.
Yeah, I'm like 19, 20 years old. I'm working at Waterback. I ain't got no money to pay. No goddamn.
Nah, I ain't paying it at all. Like, you crazy.
So shit, that's when I went and got that book, How to Build Your Credit for Dummies. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah,
But
sure.
it wasn't them dummies, but I got that book, read that book, learned the ins and outs of it, man, and started building my credit. And that's when I was getting credit cards, man. Just learning about all that, man. And now credit 740, 760, 780. You know what I mean? So that shit's very important, man.
No, credit's important. The only thing I don't like about credit is that you're not if your family not really messing with it, you don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
And then when you do enter the world, gotta do all this extra shit. Now you find out this shit is important. Mm-hmm. Cause we be on some shit like, oh, I got a cell phone, I got a car note, I got a little shit that's supposed to be up my credit, but you realize that shit not really doing nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? It's something they doing in the system that's making these credit cards like so powerful. Where it's like, you get the credit card, like I said, I got some now, and I pay them off and on all the time. You see it jump up. And they'll drop down like a little bit, but it'll jump the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another thing I used to do, man, with mine, I used to sell my trade lines. So that's another thing.
You balling? Oh man, he said he's selling trade lines. I can't do that.
That's another thing, man. Is to be able to sell.
I probably
trade
could.
lines.
I don't know.
Yeah, you probably could, man. Sell your trade lines. Like I would put people on my credit cards and shit like that for.
So what you doing? Put them as like joint owners on the card or something?
Yeah, nah. Don't do that because then they're going to spring your shit up.
No, I'm saying how it work. The trade lines work.
Okay, so basically all you do is you put them on there as a user. But see, that was like a couple of years ago. The shit done kind of changed now.
Yeah, it changed. It changed some more right after COVID too. That's what I'm like. Because like I don't know if you noticed, but if you had hospital bills, a lot of them came back recently.
Yeah,
because they put this new clause in places. If you don't you gotta pay your hospital bills now.
Yeah,
like you can't put them on. You can't let them just be on your credit and then they evaporate in 5-6 years. You know what I mean?
That shit that crazy. But yeah, so selling my trade lines, man, I was selling for like $500-$600 a pop.
Damn, this monthly, weekly.
Really, honestly, I would do like one time fee, or it might be $1,000 a pop, depending on which credit card I was putting you on. But
I need the sauce for this. Give me the number. I'm about to. I know my credit good. I need it all.
Yeah, so all you had to do was pretty much, man, get some people who got bad credit, who want to get their credit fixed, put them on there as a user. They don't get a card. I mean, they can get a card if you want to give them another one, but
don't give them no card. Don't never give them a card. Nah.
Don't give them a card. All they do is get your history. And once they get your history, normally it takes, I think, like 4 or 5, 6 months. That's how normally. So keep them on there for about that long. You know what I mean? And some credit cards you can put up to like 5 people on there. Business credit cards, you can actually put a lot more people on the business credit card because a lot of them
could be like employees and stuff, right?
Yeah, so the business credit card, they'll let you put like 10 people on there, 15 people on there.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, imagine being able to charge 15 people $1,000. That's $15,000 you just made just by putting their name on your credit card. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was selling my trade lines at one point. That was a while back. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's when I was really on my credit thing. So now while I'm at, man, after doing all this Airbnb stuff and learning all this stuff, man, I'm jumping into this trucking business, man.
Okay, so you gravitated toward trucking now. Now you in trucking.
That's the next thing. So just starting off in and got my CDL. I really got everything I need to really start my own business. The only thing I don't have is just the experience. I got, military experience if you count it. But
that's a whole lot of experience. All that free driving they make us do.
for real though. So I got to get the experience, man, and I'm finna just stack up a little more money, and then after that, get a truck and trailer. The goal is to put somebody else in it, of course, and get, as many as I can, and put other people in it, and let them drive and make me money. So that's where I'm at now. So
okay, so you start from ground zero with that, for sure.
Yeah, starting from ground zero.
Now, most definitely go listen to Heart of a Hustler, and then Marlon, Houston on the podcast. We got 2 past episodes that was talking about truck driving for so. Juba Cafe, he say start off with $20K.
Yeah.
At least have $20K in savings before you hop out there and start the truck driving business. So that'll be some good episodes to reflect on, listen to.
Yeah, I was like I said, I was listening to one of them, man, not too long ago. That was a guy you talking about for Cisco.
Oh yeah, that's Marlon right there. Yeah, Marlon.
Yeah. I think I might listen like half of the episode. I ain't get a chance to finish it. But I'm gonna go back.
Yeah. See, the good thing with Marlon is he worked for Cisco, and he worked for he worked for Cisco and a couple more companies. And then he went over the road, and he came back, and now he's doing his thing with another company. So he got a lot of work experience with companies.
Yeah. And
then Heart of a Hustler, he has more experience of coming out the gate, saving his money, and then coming out the gate and doing it by himself. They all around our age, so these not old people at all. They really young men. And it's good that they doing these things and they inspiring people like you, me, and I here to come out here and hustling, because you don't gotta be out here selling drugs or anything like that. It's other ways to go out here and get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. The term being a hustler and grinding changed a long time ago. Because if you was hustling and grinding back in the day, you was selling drugs.
For sure.
Yeah, the term now it changed, man.
Nah, it changed because when I said this, the big change for me when it come to like the terminology of that. COVID, the pandemic, all that, is just like I always had the mindset like this. Why would I pick up dope, right? To sell and then be on the corner selling dope where the police gonna know my face, they gonna know what I'm doing, come to stand out there, you know what I'm saying, then they gonna come get me. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make logical sense when you come out here and do business like legitimately. And like even these guys, like these gurus on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I take everything with a grain of salt, but half the stuff they say be like legit. You know what I'm saying? So you get business loans up to like 50K, 100K stuff, as long as you do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just how you roll the dice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's man, that's important too, man. I mean, because these people put out all types of content on YouTube, and you know what I'm saying.
It's a lot of free game.
Yeah, it's a lot of free game, man. But one thing I would say, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man, is make sure you do your homework on what they saying.
You gotta back check.
Yeah, a lot of people be putting out stuff that's just false. It's not true. Don't come get your ass locked up.
Yeah, it ain't be. I ain't gonna say it's false. It be false, but at a lot of times it be scams.
Yeah,
it be like legal. It be like legal scams. So like, what's that dude name? Him 500. I know he popular for doing like I don't want to say like legal scams, but he runs a business where he teach you how to run the credit up and get and use a bunch of loopholes. You know what I'm saying? Let's say loopholes, not scams, but a bunch of loopholes to get to be in your favor. Because at the end of the day, a lot of y'all be lying on the applications. Y'all lie on your credit application. Y'all make 60 bands, and y'all not and y'all not making 60 bands. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just be truthful about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you take the information and apply it to your life. Yeah, now you out here like Pastor Whitehead with Louis Vuitton suits, Gucci suits and stuff. Man, and you heard what he did recently?
What was that?
Man, he got a loan to get a mansion, but the police did some investigation, or the FBI did some investigation. Somebody did some investigation, and he had a business bank account with $10 in it, but somehow did some type of paperwork and got a loan to cover the mansion. You know, mansions ain't cheap, so he got the money. He got the loan to cover the mansion, and that's how they pretty much. That's how he got caught up in some shit. So pretty much he did some shit to get what he needed to get, and he got it. And now he further down messed up with the police, because now they like, oh, we discovered this stuff you just did. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the stuff you do in the dark will come to light. So y'all remember that. It will come to light. Man, one day or another.
Yeah, they got I don't know if you know OMB Hellcat.
Who? Me and the Hellcat. Yeah. I thought you were saying like in three lead off them. I think it's like OMB. You was like,
Me and
the Hellcat. Yeah.
Yeah, they got that man. I want to say his case just closed. I'm not mistaken. He finna have to do. I think it was 7 years or some shit. He got to go do.
Yeah, but because he not
5. I
don't think he going to jail for the Nike case because that's whatever.
Yeah,
that just recently. But I think he going to jail for the fire sticks. Yeah, all y'all back in the day that was just trying to get the fire sticks and bootleg stuff. That was a man. Yeah. I ain't say he was the main guy, but he was a part of the wave out there in Philly that everybody had the bootleg fire sticks, and y'all was looking at Netflix, all them free movies and stuff. Y'all know y'all wasn't supposed to be seeing on y'all fire sticks, and he was the cause of it.
That guy made millions though. Made millions, so he gotta go do time. But he gotta go. Yeah, I think it was like 5 years. I don't think he not gonna do the whole 5. He gonna do like half of that, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And get out some type of way. You know how this shit is.
Yeah,
money talk.
We know this is America built on. You know what I mean? Like Killer Mike said it a long time ago on a video. He was like, back in the day, a lot of these these big Caucasian families, they was through the mob, and down the line. It got legit. So the alcohol era where alcohol is illegal. Yeah, a lot of them was bootlegging alcohol and made their millions and got to that and got they fortune and then left it alone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? On the other side with us, we still trying to get to them. We trying to build our fortune with our families. Yeah. In these different various ways, because now so many different ways. People doing Turo, Airbnb, credit. Man, people got whole credit businesses off of just credit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that blew my mind. Cause I was like, damn, you really just take this information, and that's gotta be like the easiest one. You can take that and like run with it.
And
you don't need nothing.
Yeah,
you said teacher,
man. And that's the one wave too. Is just teaching it.
Oh, teaching it.
Doing like everybody becoming teachers and buy my OnlyFans. Teach.
Yeah, you gotta be aware of that too, because there's a lot of people out here teaching, but they don't got proof. Yeah. See, with you got proof, because you know what I'm saying. It come like, hey, I did my research on credit. I did my research on Airbnbs. You're doing your research now on truck driving, so I can come to you and be like, you know what? I can believe at least some of what you're saying because you're going through it. Yeah. I can't believe guy out here they be confident as fuck, and I'm like. What the receipt said, bro?
Yeah, you never did it. Yeah,
your truck said.
Talking, man.
Yeah, but they run them plays. What they call it? Network marketing. Mm-hmm. They run them plays and they get all them people. They build the pyramid up, and once they build the pyramid up, it get to the point where everybody paying you. Where it's like, why stop? Mm-hmm. Like you ain't need to have the business no more. Really, I seen a lot of them that switched up and became other stuff. So that's why I be leery of it. I'm just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? When you come to Braggadocious Podcast, it's different. Yeah, we give you the real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real, the real. I'm gonna be 100% real, which I ain't gonna tell no lie. Everything I've been through, for sure.
No, because I would love for you to get to the point where we got a class going on. We teaching these, teaching them the real place, giving them the blueprint, and the shit working consistently. Yeah. But there's a lot of people doing some weird stuff out here, so got to just put that in the air, like, hey, it's all legit over here.
Mm-hmm. Nah, for sure, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anything else we got today?
Man, that's probably about it, man. Hey,
so we did hit truck driving, credit, LLC,
Airbnbs. Yeah, we
Airbnb. Yeah, that's the main one. Airbnbs. Yeah, you ain't did Turo. Yeah, we gotta get Monterio for the Turo, John.
Yeah. He did Turo.
If we don't need you for that one, for sure, we got to come back on the show. I don't need you for that one.
Yeah, I'm about to get on Turo. See what that's about, man. For real.
But hey, man, I appreciate you. For coming on.
Oh yeah, appreciate you.
Like we back for a new episode. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is about to be hot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you in the runnings now.
Yeah. Next time I come back on the show, man, you go for real. Your boy gonna be money gonna be hot.
Oh, the production gonna be up. Trust me. We might not, we might not be in this spot over here. It might be like a whole little different type of studio. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's all we're doing is growing every day, man. For real.
I know you got to progress every day. And any last words for like the youth that you could if you want to guide somebody now and just be like, hey. These few steps will help you go a lot further than where you are right now. Yeah.
Man, if there's anything I have to say, one thing I'm gonna say is keep your head down, study, learn, work your craft 100%, market, get out there and meet people, get on the scene, and like I said, just keep on doing that, keep on studying, and keep on learning. You know what I mean? Because the moment, like I said, the moment that you stop learning is the moment that you begin to die, right? So you got to be a shark. You got to be a shark. A shark never stops swimming. It never stops swimming because if they stop swimming, they're gonna die. You know what I mean? So that's what I believe. Just keep on learning, man. Always soak up as much knowledge as you can from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So even if the person is younger than you, you never know what they know. You know what I mean? They might be doing stuff that you ain't never did. So yeah, just always soak up knowledge.
I know you got. I think this day and age you got to listen to the youth.
Yeah.
Cause boy, they is doing some shit.
Yeah, man, for real.
Some shit. Like you tell my mom about this shit now, the Airbnb and all this other shit going on. She gonna be looking at you like, yeah, you selling drugs.
Yeah, what is that?
It's not the money real, baby. The money real.
Yeah, for sure. So, and then get in real estate. I don't care who you are, what you're doing. I don't care if you do a part time. Get in some form of real estate, man. Because real estate is that's like the number one way to gain wealth.
Yeah, it's the number one wealth gainer.
Yeah, man. That's another thing too, man. Is when I was trying to get into real estate, I started noticing a lot of these celebrities, a lot like Oprah and Steve Harvey. A lot of them own plenty of properties around the world. Like they own a lot of properties. So,
matter of fact, I know we come to. I got a quick story. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't really tell people like this about me, you know what I'm saying? I went to this all-boys school, Provision, shout out to Provision, right? They actually had internships through the manhood program, right? Boom. You know what I'm saying? I went through the manhood program and they had this internship thing going on, right? I worked for this guy named Alan Hasselflu, right? Fidelity's Realty Partners. You probably see the signs all around Texas and probably know what it means, right? What I learned about real estate and working with him is all the little shopping strips y'all see and everything. On the little shopping strips you see and everything, you want to, that's what you want to own. Not the strips, but the land under it. Because once you own the land under it, everybody got property on the land, got to pay you. And when I seen, and he did it from that angle. And that whole little, where the Improv at, he owned that whole little strip. All the little land under there, from the Improv, the AMC 30, to the, I think it's a bowling thing over there, all that, it's all his property. And I worked there for like 3 years for the summertime. So like I guess altogether it'd be like a year and a half or something like that. But anywho, when somebody was laying on rent, like a cleaner on the property was laying on rent, and they actually had keys to the property. It's their business. They got keys to the property, and they went, got some cash registers, and got their money to help the business pay their bill down. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to give it to them fast. I ain't say fast enough, but it's like anything. You got a phone bill, they're going to charge you interest, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But that's the angle I would love to hit from that. You know, we always think about it, like I said, material, stuff on top, stuff we can see, stuff we can grab. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the shit we looking at the ground. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's underneath. And if you can acquire that, anybody's putting anything on their property, got to pay you. Mm-hmm. They got to pay you. It's your property.
Land is important, man.
And that's the reason why in Texas we got all that. We got like a bunch of land just because people own it, and that's it. You know.
Yeah, that's all it is. Hey, man, but one last shout out, man. Like I said, y'all go follow my Instagram, man. Houston, Texas. EJ the man. Go follow me, man.
I'm not for sure, man. This was a lovely episode, man. Shout out to EJ the man. Man, I'm glad my boy came through. Hey, man, in a year. So, man, he going up, man, all the way up. So, man, y'all go follow his Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that support, like, follow, subscribe. Hey, I need y'all to run it up for braggadocious this one time, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, shit, that was it, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you coming through.
For sure, man.
Hey, shit, that's it, y'all.
Braggadocious.